All right, college football future bets, guys. It's the middle of summer right now, and we're 2 months away from the season kicking off in August. Now, I'm going to give you some of my future bets here that I like for this year. Kind of some random ones, some high odds, low odds. At this point, the odds could change a lot in the next 2 months. We'll see based on injuries and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, starting here with teams to make the playoff. Remember, it's a 12-team playoff this year. So we have that 5 conference champions and then 7 at-large spots, including one group of 5 team that automatically makes the playoff. And my favorite team right now, betting-wise, in terms of like good odds, is Clemson at plus 200. I like the Clemson Tigers and Cade Klubnik to make the playoff. Now, looking at their schedule in the ACC, it's not too crazy. They'll lose to Georgia opening weekend. And then after that, I see them winning 3 games in a row, probably losing at Florida State, and then potentially winning out the rest of the way, or winning 9 games maybe losing 3 games, probably 2 on the road, then 1 to Georgia in the first week. But really, a few games here are pretty easy for Clemson. If they go 10-2, they're in the playoff. I think they'll be a top 10 team, kind of a fringe top 10 team, one of the last teams in the playoff probably. But I do like Clemson to win 10 games this year. They could win at Florida State, honestly, and then drop a game at Pittsburgh, or like an upset game against Louisville or something like that. But I like Clemson and Dabo Swinney to get back to the playoff. And then my next team here, yes, the Utah Utes. That old logo is pretty clean there with like the feather coming off. Plus 280 to make the playoff this year in the Big 12. Now, looking at their schedule, again, it's pretty easy. I see them starting maybe 4-0, 5-0. Their hardest game of the season is probably at UCF in that last week. You could say at Houston potentially, but honestly, Cam Rising, if he's healthy, a 10-win, 11-win team here out of the Big 12, probably winning the conference championship with like 11 wins there. I would say that's top 10, maybe top 12. They'll definitely be in the playoff if they win the championship in the Big 12 there. I see one team out of the Big 12 making the playoff this year, and I think Utah, their talent's ahead of the rest of the league right now. It'll be interesting with Colorado in the mix as well, but guys, I don't think Colorado's a fraud. I like Utah to make the playoff at plus 280. And then to win the whole thing, the championship in early 2025. Guys, I love the Ohio State Buckeyes. How fitting would it be 10 years to the day of their last championship? That was the first 4-team college football playoff in the 2014-2015 season. Ohio State won it with Cardell Jones or something like that. That was a crazy run they had. Plus 400. I think they'll be in the playoff for sure. Probably 10 or 11 wins. They got Will Howard there, quarterback. They kind of reloaded in the offseason with some of their coaches. That should be probably a top 4 team, probably make it to the semifinals at least. I like them winning at plus 400. And then my wild card is Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. It's been so long for Notre Dame, but I feel like with this new playoff, they're guaranteed a spot pretty much if they win 10 games. It takes a lot of pressure off them in the regular season. So looking at their schedule, I guess I don't have it here, but they have like USC on the schedule and like the usual suspects for Notre Dame. I think they play Florida State at some point. Really strong schedule. They can lose 2 games and easily make the playoff. And I see Notre Dame as kind of a dark horse team to win it all this year. Their coach is starting to come into his own. That would be crazy if Notre Dame won, being in no conference at all and coming into the 12-team playoff and winning the whole thing. Plus 2,000, and even want to throw $1,000 on it, makes 20 grand. Why not throw some money on that, guys? Not my advice, though. I'm not telling you to put money on things. Just a disclaimer there. And then the Heisman race in 2024. Now, guys, keep in mind, last year, Jaden Daniels was plus 1,100 in August of 2023. He won the whole thing. And kind of that same ballpark, Will Howard transfers to Ohio State. And that new offense should be electric. Plus 1,500, put $1,000 on it. Why not? And, get a huge return there for Will Howard and the Heisman. It's been like 15 years or so for Ohio State since they've had a Heisman, probably more than that. I think it was Troy Smith in like 2006 or something. Yeah, it's been a while for Ohio State to get a Heisman, but their offense should be really good this year. And going to Miller Moss out of USC, my dark horse Heisman. Now, USC has a tough schedule this year, the Big Ten. They're going to lose like 4 or 5 games probably. But if he has a crazy year, his stats go wild, and they win like 9 or 10 games, watch out for him to be in New York in the Heisman ceremony. Miller Moss, remember the name. And going on to some just random bets here. Win totals, guys. I like Pittsburgh to win over 5.5 games and make a bowl game this year. Now, my reasoning here is just the schedule. Pitt's not like a really good team this year, talent-wise. But their schedule, I mean, look at this. I could see them starting 3-1, 4-1, maybe like 5-2, honestly. Probably lose to Syracuse, lose to SMU. But really, there's no like hard games on the schedule except that Clemson game at home at Louisville. I mean, it's definitely, they could easily win 7 or 8 games in here. A couple upsets. 6 games, making a bowl game. Definitely Pitt. That's a lock at like -115. Double your money there. And then my last one is USC over 7.5. So again, Miller Moss in the Big Ten. It's a tough schedule, guys. I'm not going to lie. They're going to lose some games for sure. Their defense probably still sucks. But I do like their schedule here, just to get 8 wins. I mean, LSU game's a toss-up week 1. Utah State, they'll win that one. At home against Wisconsin, probably a win. Minnesota could be a win. That's 4 right there. Let's say they lose to Penn State. Beat Maryland, that's 5. Rutgers is 6. Lose to Washington. Beat Nebraska and beat UCLA. That's 8 wins right there. They could lose to Notre Dame in the last week. I like USC to win 8 games this year, guys. But that's really it for this video. I'll do a part 2 probably in early July of the best bets for the 2024 season. But guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.